Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Lavari Field on the campus of St. Augustine Prep in Richland, New Jersey for another edition of Hermits Baseball right here exclusively on the Hermits Broadcasting YouTube channel. It's the home opener as the 0-1 number 10 ranked St. Augustine Prep Hermits take on the 1-0 Mustangs of Mainland in their second game at a two-game series. There'll be C.J. Fury on the mound today as a first pitch swing, fly ball into center field. And that is going to be caught for one out. First pitch swing for Christian Elliott, the center fielder of the Mustangs.
Yeah, Myers made that a little more interesting than it needed to be. I think it maybe carried on him, which is exactly the opposite of what was happening yesterday. The wind was blowing in at Mainland. I guess today maybe it was blowing a little farther out. Myers almost came in too far.
Yep. Once again, welcome everyone. I'm Jimmy Bachman alongside Mr. Tom Bermel. Our first baseball stream of the year. And that first pitch to the two-hole hitter, number 3, Chase Kamak, just outside for ball 1. This Hermits team coming off their first loss of the season yesterday, 6-0 against the same Mainland team as Kamak lines that one into right field. It's going to get down into the gap. Kamak is going to try to go two, and he's going to get there in time, sliding. So another second pitch swing there. Kamak gets himself a double, the shortstop for the Mustangs. As I just mentioned, Mr. Mermel, tough game for the Hermits yesterday, losing 6-0. Only one hit on the game. They just struggled to get guys on base.
Yeah, they had one or two innings early where they had a couple runners on. They had the bases loaded, well, actually one inning. Obviously walks, so they didn't get that many hits. And a couple of hard hit balls, but right at guys. And then once they didn't score in those first couple of frames, it just seemed like they didn't have many opportunities after maybe the third inning or so. And Mainland started to kind of add some runs in. It was a 1-0 game going into the sixth when Mainland started to pile some runs on, but Hermits will be looking to try and get those bats awake a little bit today.
One of the star pitchers for this Hermits team on the bump today, the lefty C.J. Fury, committed to Villanova last year with a 1.50 ERA, 50 strikeouts.
Yeah, hopefully he can settle in quick. Already gave up a hit. Lavari, who started the game yesterday for the Hermits, pitched really well. That first inning was long, though. He walked 3 guys and struck 3 guys out. Ooh.
Off-speed pitch. That one's ripped into left field, and it's going to be down for a base hit. Kamak is running around third. He's going to go home, and he will score. So an RBI single for Joe Sheeran in Mainland on the board early once again. After a rough game yesterday, not exactly how you wanted to start this one if you're the Hermits.
First baseman Nick Wagner.
It'll be Nick Wagner, the first baseman, now up for the Mustangs. Runner at first. Fury out of the stretch, kicks and deals. That one outside, fastball, ball 1.
Yeah, so obviously Mainland getting the run early today. Like I said yesterday, they were threatening early in the first. But Lavari, I don't know if that one run he gave up would really be earned or unearned. Hermits actually got 2 out ground ball, got into a rundown with a runner at first, and then running between first and second, and then the guy who was on third started to go home, and the Hermits, they realized that, they kind of looking back, but then when he made a break for it, they kind of reacted a little too late, threw the ball away, and so that gave Mainland their first run of the game before they added 4 in the 6th on Pogorski, or 5 in the 6th on Pogorski and Patel, but Fury started out really well. Lavari started out really well. It took him an inning to kind of get settled. So hopefully Fury can settle down after some bumps in the road in the first couple hitters.
1-1 count to Wagner. He was 2 for 3 yesterday. Fury kicks and deals, high fastball. That one into the air and out of play, foul ball. It'll be a 1-2 count now. 1 out. Top of the first. This Mainland team coming off a pretty good year last year. Record of 19-8. Lost to the Hermits in the Cal Championship. Their season ended with a loss to Hamilton in the Group 3 quarterfinals for South Jersey. Hermits, of course, made it all the way to the non-public Group A state finals last year. Lost to Don Bosco. Mr. Mall, if there was one team I'm thinking of in the Hermits Athletics that's consistently winning in the past couple of years, it's definitely Hermits Baseball. Looking to do it again this year. A very new look lineup we're going to talk about a lot in these first few innings, as that one's fouled off as well. You look around the field, so many seniors that we saw last year no longer here. So definitely interested to see these early games, how this team gels.
Yeah, I mean, so like you said, they've kind of reloaded. Over 6 years, you're going to have young teams that perform well. Like obviously lacrosse and hockey won big state championships recently. Rugby wins, but like you said, they're in such a tough bracket for non-public A baseball to make it 6 times in the last 7 seasons, I guess, because COVID. COVID obviously took one season away, so 6 straight South Jersey titles. But the thing is, that COVID year was probably going to be their best team one of the best of the bunch. Lavari's older brother's senior year. It's been incredible how they've been able to just kind of reload as they go. And so you do have some new faces, especially in the field. A lot of the pitchers return. You do lose Gaines, but you still have Fury, Lavari, Pogorski,
Kauser. 2-2 to Wagner. Fouls it off again.
Yeah, just couldn't hold on to the foul tip. Yeah, it's a lot of youth. But, I mean, the Hermits, like I said, have had those seasons before where they still get on a run to make it to the state final. Now, it's going to be tough this year. The preseason #1 team in the state from NJ.com is Red Bank, who the Hermits defeated, I think, 2 years ago in the state final. The South Jersey final.
Yep.
So, I mean, again, non-public A, north and south, is no joke.
That one in the dirt, so it'll be a full count now to Wagner. Fouled a couple off, a long at bat here for him. Fury at 13 pitches for the inning so far, giving up 2 hits and 1 run. 1 out.
It will be interesting to see. I mean, I'm sure Coach Bailone and Coach Ney would love a long outing here from Fury, as they have a tough
swing and a miss. He got him. Fury brings the fastball in the full count. Wagner down swinging.
He's got a big game against Eustis on Thursday, which, I mean, forget it's going to be a ton of power points against a team that could be in your, high in the Diamond Classic rankings, all that stuff. It's a big rivalry, and you always want to win that game. So, you have Kauser and a few others available, but I'm sure they'd love to start Kauser on Thursday as opposed to bringing him in here. So you're hoping that Fury's good and efficient today, maybe save a couple arms for, 2 days from now.
Cohen Cook, the right fielder, now up to the plate, the 5-hole hitter. Walked in his 1 at bat yesterday. Junior.
I think he came in to pitch a little bit too, so Mainland using a couple of their bigger arms to make sure the Hermits stayed off the board. Like I said, I know the final score was 6-0, whatever
6-0.
it was. It was 1-0 going into 6, though. Mainland had to use those arms. You want to make sure you get the win, and then figure out tomorrow. But I mean, credit to the Mainland lineup. Like I said, they got to Pogorski. Pogorski did well as a sophomore last year. Was doing really well in the spring. So credit to their lineup to get into Pogorski's 2nd or 3rd inning in the game.
1-1 now. That one down the middle for another strike. Fury will use a fastball, changeup, and a breaking ball. One-two now. 2 outs in the inning. Runner on first. Fury looks over, kicks and deals, and the pitch. Runner goes. That one foul, line ball.
Yeah, couldn't quite get there. Right off the fence along the right field wall.
So the count will stay at 1-2. Sheeran with a small lead over first. He'll stay this time. Fury, that pitch also fouled off out of play. This will be his 20th pitch of the inning. One-two. Swing and a miss. Fury gets him with the off speed. Cook goes down swinging. So in two hits, 1 run, Mainland gets on the board. Hermits look to respond in the bottom of the first. We'll be right back. Stay tuned. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. 1-0 score here. Hermits versus Mainland in the home opener. Our first stream of Hermits baseball for the 2023 season. Let's see the lineup now today for the Hermits. Leading off is going to be Joey Arachi, followed by CJ Fury and Jake Myers. In the cleanups, Marco Lavari, followed by Manny Aponte and Gabe Gillespie. And then your final three, Vinny Sancataldo, DJ Lloyd, and Dave Capuccio. Arachi swinging on the first pitch. That one popped up high into the air. Defender's going after it, just out of play. It'll be Will LaPointe, number 8, on the mound today for the Mustangs. His first appearance of the year.
And so Mainland used their probably the best two pitchers yesterday. Obviously, starter Miami commit. Then Cook came in after. So the Hermits are hoping to maybe get to their third, fourth guys here today.
Arachi, the young sophomore, a very promising player for this Hermits team. Saw him play JV last year, 0 for 3 yesterday. Playing shortstop today.
I know he went 0 for 3 yesterday, but he looks like he might be the next in that line of just great St. Augustine shortstops. After Ryan Weingartner graduated last year, as the years go on, he fouls that one in the dugout. Just go on. Actually, Ryan Weingartner's brother's a freshman who's doing well at JV. I wouldn't be surprised to see him up here by the end of the year, up on the varsity field. But I mean, Joe looks pretty smooth with the glove from what I can see. And they said at least in the spring, he was, preseason, he was putting a lot of getting his barrel to the bat a lot. If he was getting out, he was hitting it hard. Yesterday, had a couple of hits right at people, but we'll see if he can kind of get things going today.
2-2 to Arachi. Off speed, high, ball 3, so full count now to him. LaPointe out of the windup. Kicks and deals, end the pitch, full count. That one lined into center field. Center fielder going back. That's going to be over his head. Arachi's going to get himself an extra base hit. He's going to. The ball's still in the gap. Center fielder gets to it. He's going to go 3. And Joey Arachi's got himself a leadoff triple for the Hermits. The speedy sophomore rips that one deep into center field and gets all the way around, put himself in scoring position.
Yeah, I mean, yesterday that ball probably is caught just because the wind was blowing in so much. I mean, so both teams, obviously you can't blame that, scoreline on that. But one of those hits like that may have been caught up in the wind yesterday. Today, a little less wind, is able to get it over the center fielder's head for a triple. First varsity hit, is, I assume.
Not too bad for him. So it's Fury now at the plate, and he's hit with a pitch. Takes on the first one. You don't want to see your pitcher taking a fastball to the shoulder.
No.
See, a lot of times you see at this level the pitcher is not hitting on the days they're throwing, but Fury gets the at-bat and pays the price for it.
Yeah, Fury didn't hit last year actually at all. So, decided he wanted to not just be pitcher only this year, or earn that left field job. It's good to see his bat in the lineup. The Hermits could use it, like I said, in the year when you're graduate a lot of field players, but yeah, you don't really want to see that to your pitchers.
No. Puts a thumbs up, so it looks to be okay. So it'll be Jake Myers now up to bat, the center fielder, one of the few returning guys that got a lot of time last year on varsity, at least on the field.
Yeah, he was one of those where he worked his way in. They were trying to figure things out in the infield. Obviously, you had Weingardner and Taylor up the middle, but the third base was never really settled. But Myers, who kind of started the year on JV, or at least kind of on the bench on varsity as a sophomore, worked hard, worked his way into the lineup, and then all of a sudden, started hitting a little bit and proved he could play a good defense over third, and stuck there. Now this year they moved him to center field because he's got that speed. You have the vacancy left by
Rags that was in right field, so.
Ooh. Strike right at the top of the zone. Yeah,
Dorsey.
Yeah, you had Dorsey graduate, but a lot. Dorsey graduate and Ragsdale and right, and Nierine left, and even Jordan Serrano is a sophomore.
Runner goes, ground ball by Myers. Rachi will stay at third. They get him. Myers thrown out at first, so Fury advanced to second. It'll be 2 runners in scoring position. Not hit hard enough. Good base running by Rachi over at third to stay on that one.
Yeah, made him didn't go right on the break because he probably would have been gunned down. Soft ground ball, so he wasn't able to try and turn 2. So he's able to get Fury was able to get the second. And now, like I said, put the ball in play. You might score a run.
Lavari now up to bat, the cleanup hitter, playing first base today. Pitched yesterday. The point, kicks and deals. That one low and outside for ball 1.
Yeah, like I said, Myers hit the ball well last year, moved into center field, really athletic. Played a little football in his day. Serrano obviously moving up to New York. Kind of left a hole in the outfield for the Hermits. Ooh,
and that one.
I think off his foot.
So the umpire will give him a time to walk it off.
Yeah, you see that's when the ump will walk out to the mound, give the ball to pitcher himself, maybe dust off the plate. Giving Lavari a second to kind of compose himself after he fouled it off his foot.
Lavari hit .308 last year with a homer and 18 RBIs and 39 at-bats. 1-1 count to him. Runners on second and third. The point looks, kicks and deals. Off speed, high, ball 2.
It'll be interesting to see how the Hermits lineup kind of evolves and settles throughout the year. Like yesterday with Lavari on the mound, they had DeTavio at first. So Lavari headed back to first base and Daisy not pitching, it looks like.
2-1. Swing and a miss there.
Yeah, ahead of that pitch. A little bit slower than the pitches they were seeing yesterday. I think he wanted to crush that one. Just a little out in front.
So a good chance here for the Hermits to try and put up some runs after Mainland scored 1 in the top of the first. 2-2 count to Lavari. That one in the dirt, ball 3. Good block by Blum behind the plate for the Mustangs.
Yeah, you just got to make contact. Got to put the ball in play. They're giving you that run up the middle if you can just hit it to the shortstop, second baseman. You can't strike out here with a full count.
Full count. The point looking to get out of this one. The pitch, Lavari, foul tip, stays alive. Tried to go off speed on him. Lavari just able to get a little bit of the bat on the ball. Full count again for Lavari. 1 out in the inning. 2 runners in scoring position for the Hermits. Pitch number 16 for the point. Here it is. Off speed. Ball 4. So Lavari will walk to load the bases.
Yeah, curveball just didn't quite curve enough. Stayed on the inside part of the plate.
Third baseman Manny Aponte.
So that'll give the way for Manny Aponte to get the opportunity to drive in some runs for the Hermits. Playing third base, the 5-hole hitter. The point out of the windup. And Aponte lines that one. Second baseman's got it. He's got one. Oh, no, bad throw into the dirt. It gets past an error. 2 runs will score for the Hermits. Aponte will advance to second. And off the Mainland defensive error, the Hermits score 2 runs.
Yeah, I mean, you'll take that. You were a little worried because, Aponte and Fury Lavari aren't exactly the fastest on the base paths. I mean, Aponte's not slow. Obviously, he's got some speed on him, but Lavari's not just going to be stealing a ton of bases. So when you hit that ball to second base, you're thinking double play if you're Mainland. And instead of 1, maybe 2 outs getting out of the inning, all of a sudden...
Bigger, especially like you said earlier, in high school baseball, there are going to be a lot of mistakes. You make contact, good things are usually going to happen there. What could have been a routine double play for Mainland turned into 2 runs for the Hermits.
Yep. And I said, even if you're Mainland there, you just got to make sure you get the 1 out. You're playing the short, your infield back. Take this second out of the inning. You can give up that 1 run. All of a sudden, you got runners in the corners with 2 outs, as opposed to 1 out, runners on second and third.
Ball 1 there to Gillespie. Placing Austin Sofran this year behind the plate.
Yeah, so they Hermits, I think, are going to have a bit of a platoon there this year. As that one misses low. Yesterday, freshman DJ Lloyd started behind the plate, and Gabe was in right field.
And now
they flip it. So I think when you have a lot of back-to-back days, and obviously when you get to the playoffs, who do they trust more behind the plate? It's a good problem to have, as both are very good players defensively, and obviously good enough to leave their bats in the...
Yeah, like we talked about, you got a young team, Coach Byron kind of playing things out, seeing what works, what he likes, what he doesn't like in a young season. But
both players being able to be effective behind the plate in the right field, you're going to get starts every day, and you're able to keep your legs fresh a little bit when you have these back-to-back games. Lloyd I think he threw 2 guys out yesterday. I think one of them was on a missed bunt. I don't know. I think the Mainland coach wasn't happy that his kid started running before they bunted it. But either way, I mean, very solid defensive day behind the plate. But if you're going to be rotating Gabe and Lloyd in there, they obviously trust them both a lot.
Runners on third and second. 2-2 to Gillespie. 1 out. And the pitch. Called. Strike 3. Good pitch there by LaPointe, painting the corners. Gillespie goes down looking.
Left fielder Vinny Sangataldo.
So Vinny Sangataldo moving into the starting lineup today. Fury was in left field yesterday, and as he moves to the mound, grounds 1 to short.
That one hit lightly. Third baseman's got it. Makes the throw over, and it's over the head. And it's going to go out of play, so both runners are going to score. Sangataldo will advance to second and add 2 more on for the Hermits off another error by Mainland.
Yeah, I mean, so it's high school baseball. You got to put the ball in play. Mainland didn't make any mistakes yesterday, but the Hermits struck out a lot. So, they didn't really have that many opportunities to make it. I don't know what kind of defensive team Mainland is. They're normally pretty good, but that's why you put the ball in play. Hermits didn't do it yesterday, didn't score any runs. Only have 1 hit today, but already got... Was it 4?
4.
Scoreboard's not updated yet on the...
Lloyd swinging on the first pitch, ground ball to the shortstop. Picks it up, makes the throw over. That one works out well for Mainland. Lloyd grounds out. But the damage is done by the Hermits. They put up 4 runs on 1 hit and 2 errors committed by Mainland. Taking a 3-run lead, a good response. Let's see if Fury can keep it going in the second. We'll be right back.
4 runs on 1 hit, 2 errors.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Top of the second. It'll be number 2, Ethan Mitnick, to lead off for Mainland. First pitch from Fury is a strike. So 0-2 count now to Mitnick. 22 pitches on the day so far for Fury. That one off speed, drops in, called, strike 3. Mitnick goes down looking.
Designated hitter Jack Haynes.
So the DH now, Jack Haynes, number 5, at the plate for the Mustangs. 2 hits so far today for them. Swinging on the first pitch, that one chopped down the left field line, foul. Great response by the Hermits in the bottom of the first, putting up 4 runs off a couple Mainland mistakes and a triple by Joey Arachi. One's the count. That one high, ball 2. Mainland looking to respond in the pitch from Fury. That one just low, ball 3. Not much wind today. Clear skies for the most part here in Richland. Fury's next pitch, swing and a miss, brings the fastball. So a full count now for Haynes. Went 1 for 1 yesterday in 1 at bat, junior. Full count to him now. Fury, swing and a miss, brings another fastball, and he gets him down swinging.
Yeah, good strikeout there by Fury.
So 2 quick strikeouts for CJ.
Third baseman
Looking for a quick inning.
Levin.
It'll be Tanner Levin now for Mainland. The third baseman, the 8-hole hitter. Swinging on the first pitch. That one, fly ball into right field. Hermits are under it, make the grab. That's Lloyd. And a quick inning, much needed for the Hermits. They get right out of that one. 1-2-3 goes down Mainland.
Nobody left on base.
Stay tuned. We'll be right back for another Hermits at bat right after this. Bottom of the lineup now for the Hermits will be the 9-hole hitter, second baseman Dave Capuccio up. Saw a lot of time as a pinch runner last year. Would get into the field every now and then.
Yeah, mostly end of the game if they would bring in Weingartner to close.
That one high and inside for ball 1 to him.
But mostly if they would bring in Weingartner to close, they might switch Taylor over to short, and he was one of the couple options they would use to bring into second.
1-0. That one down the middle for strike 1. 4-1 is the score. LaPointe. This will be pitch number 28 for him in his second inning of work. Fastball there, in for strike 2. The next one from LaPointe. Swing and a miss. Capuccio goes down swinging.
Shortstop Joe Irachi.
So Irachi back up for his second plate appearance. Tripled the first time.
Yes, it looks like that's the only Hermits hit. I mean, I know they got 4 runs, but
Yeah, it is.
yeah, I think Irachi's triple was the only hit so far of the game for the Hermits.
But making contact. So Irachi, first pitch to him, drops in for strike 1. Off speed, high. Irachi, one of those guys that came in last year. We were talking about everybody expecting to be one of the next big Hermits players. 1-1 to him. That one line into center field in a similar space, and it's going to get to the gap again. Irachi's got a good day so far. He's going to go for second, and that's where he will stay. So Joey Irachi in 2 plate appearances. He's got a triple and a double. Not too bad for his second game in a varsity Hermits uniform.
Designated hitter CJ Fury.
Yeah, I mean, I'll take 2 extra base hits. Halfway to the cycle there through 2 innings.
Fury back up now. He's hit by a pitch in his first at-bat. Then came out to pitch a 1-2-3 inning, so I think he's feeling fine. Irachi with a solid lead over at second. Pitch from the point. Low, ball 1. Fury, light ground ball. Irachi will advance to third. Second baseman's got it. Makes the throw over. 1 out for Mainland. Well, 2 outs, sorry, excuse me.
Yep, so I'll bring up Jake Myers, who will look to knock this run in. But the big thing, I mean, even just advancing the runner there is, you know, a pass ball will score him now. I don't think there's been any wild pitches to pass balls from Mainland today. I don't remember any yesterday either, so I'm not really banking on that. But
Blum doing a good job behind the plate. Myers grounded out his first time. Looking for an RBI. That one outside pass ball. But Irachi stays. Nice announcer's drinks.
Yeah, well, hey, that's jinxing it the right way. I didn't know it was jinxing Mainland, not us.
I swear, I keep thinking that's real after every game. I keep doing it.
Jake Myers didn't hit a home run yesterday. There we go.
Yeah,
Let's see what happens in the next couple pitches. If he hits one, Jimmy, I don't think that I'll be announcing any more games after that. I think I just got to go out on top.
That'll work. He rips one into center field and's got himself an RBI single. So Jake Myers, base hit, puts up another run for the Hermits.
Yeah, so not the home run I was trying to jinx this into, but I'll take the additional run.
That'll work.
like I said, I mean, this is the kind of game the Hermits were hoping to get into, because if they can keep putting up a few runs, Fury can, even though he's at 30 pitches, which is pretty manageable through 2 innings.
Yeah.
The later he can go, all of a sudden.
Runner goes. Myers got a pretty good jump. Throw down the second, not in time. Myers gets himself a steal.
I was going to say, all of a sudden, maybe you don't have to use Cowser today. And then all of a sudden, Cowser can throw against Eustace on Thursday, and you're just saving every arm, a little bit that you can. Especially in a condensed season with the NJSA kind of changing things up a little bit, shortening the seasons, you need a lot of pitching.
That would be ideal.
Yeah, every inning that your starters can go further, or that you don't have to use one of your top guys, only helps you in the next game.
So Myers now in scoring position. Lavari looking to add on to this Hermits lead. And the pitch, that one low, ball 2. Walked last time. Ended up scoring a run. Next pitch to him, swing and miss. That was foul tips, excuse me.
Yeah, I didn't really hear it.
Yeah, I was going to say, but Myers stayed at second, so I just assume.
Yeah, the umpire signaled it. Myers stayed at second. I just, looking through the lens of the camera, I didn't even hear it. I thought for a second, it was just a wild pitch.
Two one now to Lavari, 2 outs. That one drops in for strike 2 off speed by LaPointe. Two now, 2 outs. Runner at second. LaPointe looks back and steps off. I say I'm getting used to these MLB rules with the 15-second pitch clock. Everything feels slow now.
Yeah. Now, we only play 7, so it's all right. We don't need the pitch clock too much. But
runner goes. Lavari holds off. Full count for him.
But I will say that the Diamond Classic has had those pitch count rules and all that stuff for years now, and I always enjoyed it. Like, I always go back to, it was a game, I think we lost 2-1. I forget who it was to, but it was at, I think, Deptford in the Diamond Classic, like round 2 or 1. And Mike Vistoria, who went on to pitch from Maryland, pitched for the Hermits that day, and we lost, but it was on.
Now we'll call it strike 3. Lavari goes down looking. Maybe we'll finish your story next inning.
We'll finish it later.
So, on 2 hits, the Hermits score 1 more run.
1 run on 2.
Adding on to that lead, 4 now. They're up by Mainland. Going to look to respond at the top of the 3rd. Stay tuned. Welcome back. It's been a great last inning and a half for the Hermits. Put 4 runs in the bottom of the 1st, and then a 1-2-3 by Fury in the top of the 2nd. Put up another run in the bottom. Looking to keep it up here in the top of the 3rd. Hermits having a much better day than they were yesterday so far on both ends. And the first pitch to one is in for strike one.
I'll just take the weather as opposed to yesterday. It was a little cold down in Linwood yesterday.
That one outside. Fury now at 32, if you're keeping attention to his pitch count. From the windup, the next pitch, fastball high, ball 2.
Yeah, we'll say one of the things I do love about our scoreboard is it has the pitch count right there for you.
Yeah, it does make it a lot easier.
Especially with, since however many years ago, 4, 5, 6 years ago when they changed it to pitch count as opposed to innings. It used to be you can only throw X amount of innings and then you'd have to, in a week. So now they changed the pitch count. It's, decent information for everybody.
Sense. Yeah.
Looks like there was a ball, maybe from yesterday's practice, hidden somewhere in the outfield that Jake Myers found. As the ump pauses the game for a second while they throw it in.
Mr. Will Marsh, our PA announcer, always does a great job with that. Off-speed pitch there, ripped into center field. Myers gets under it, makes the grab. Good job tracking that one down over his back shoulder, and 1 out.
Yeah, like I said, they moved him from third to center this year. Just shows his athleticism as a defensive baseball player, and it's another versatile player for the Hermits. If you really needed to, you could bump him into the infield, but I don't think the Hermits will have the need for that this year. But you can see how easily it seemed to track down that ball. Jake's actually a former Mainland player. I don't think he played varsity, but I believe he was at Mainland as a freshman.
Top of the order now. Top of the order back up now for Mainland. It'll be Elliott. Flew out his last time. 1-0 count to him, in for strike one. Looking a lot more comfortable out there on the mound these last few at-bats. That one just outside, 2-1. And the next pitch, that one ground ball over to shortstop. Rachi's got it. It's got to hurry, though. Gets the throw over. Lavari unable to scoop it. Does block it with his chest, though, to keep Elliott over at first. That would have been a tough play. Rachi trying to throw it on the move.
Yeah, you hear the Hermits coaching staff saying, hey, settle down, you had time. That's probably what I was thinking. He's a younger guy. You're moving up a game speed. Every time, that's the biggest thing in any sport, moving from freshman to JV to varsity, is the speed of the game.
And it's understanding. You got the leadoff guy up. You're thinking he's probably got some speed.
Yeah.
Rachi probably could have taken a step just to control himself and make the throw, but
so I
had to get over quickly. It would have been a tough play.
Yeah, I understand it. He wants to get it get the ball moving, and he's talented enough to do it. But just, trust in yourself, trust in your arm. He's got a good arm over there.
Good job by Lavari to block it, using his hit off his chest. Prevents Elliott from moving farther. That one in for strike one to Kamak. He doubled his last time.
Puccio playing this pretty much straight up the middle. You wonder with that error if this could give Mainland a little bit of a hole here with the left-handed batter and the hole on the right side of the infield with Lavari covering first to hold the runner on.
2-1 now to Kamak. Elliott with a pretty small lead over at first. Got to watch out these lefty pitchers. That one just outside, ball 3. Mainland's had some pretty good teams over the past few years, of course. The name that comes to mind is Chase Petty. In the minor leagues now, was drafted a year ago.
Yeah, it would have been interesting to see if they had the Cape Atlantic Baseball Tournament before before last year, because the Hermits, I think the only time we saw them, just, the division changed like every year. The Hermits only saw him, I think, in a preseason game, if I'm not mistaken.
I remember I was talking to Marco about it, and he said he saw that 101 fastball and just closed his eyes and swung and somehow made contact and got a hit off him. So I guess he can.
But I mean, that's how they didn't win the state championship that year, just because they didn't hit on a given day, and when you took Petty out of the game, you get other teams were able to get to him a little bit. But Mainland's talented up and down, and they had, like you said, they have been for years. Mainland's pretty good in a handful of sports recently.
Swing and a miss there, high fastball. Fury gets himself another strikeout.
Probably had that high water mark when they had last guy they had a swimmer who could be a future Olympian. The Chase Petty. They had a soccer team was good a few years back. Maybe not quite as much in the last few, but
basketball. They had that crazy run winning the Cal last year.
Yep. So they've had their success over the last couple years.
That upset against the Hermits. So Joe Sherman back up. Ground ball swing on the first pitch. Capuccio's got it. Flips it over to second. Not in time. The official calls him safe.
Oh.
So Sheeran will reach on a fielder's choice. It looked like Rachi looked pretty surprised. I think he thought he had him.
Yeah, I was actually.
Capuccio, do you try to go first there? I mean, 2 outs.
Yeah, I mean, just get the easiest out. I guess he thought the easiest play was going to be second, the short way, but obviously not.
Elliott got over there quickly. So the cleanup hitter now up, Nick Wagner. The lefty struck out his first time. First pitch in for strike one.
So the Hermits have gotten a good amount of runs this game because of errors. So Fury's thrown a little longer this inning than he would have wanted to, but no fault of his own. So you hope that he can, get out of this inning without giving up a run.
Next pitch to Wagner, swing and a miss, strike two. So runners on first and second for the Mustangs, 2 outs. This will be pitch number 49 for CJ Fury. Looking to get out of this one. Looks back at Elliott at second. Kicks and deals in the pitch. Off speed, swing and a miss. That was a dirty curveball right there by CJ. Ooh, no, it was foul tip.
Yeah, just got a piece of it.
But you're right. That pitch moved.
Doesn't take anything away from the pitch, but he just got a piece of it.
So 0-2 once again. Elliott at second, Kamak at first. And the pitch from Fury. Foul tip again.
Yeah, check swing. Didn't really seem fully committed there, but at least he got a piece of it. Otherwise, that would have been strike three.
So it's Sheeran at first. So Wagner fighting hard this at bat. Fury at the 50. Pitch count. 0-2 again. Foul tip. Fury does a good job throwing strikes. Doesn't really suffer from walking guys too much, which we see a couple other of the Hermits guys that maybe throw a little harder do, but Fury very good with his location.
Yeah, good left-handed pitcher, Villanova, signee.
Yep. 0-2 again to Wagner. Fury off speed, just outside, ball one.
Like Mr. Morris's computer give a little.
I was thinking that was ours. I was like, oh, something bad happened.
Yeah, luckily not the stream computer, but I'm sure Fury didn't.
That's never happened before.
Love that.
1-2 now from Fury. That one low and in the dirt. Ball two.
I said the Hermits defense has really extended this inning by giving up a couple errors. Hopefully Fury can get out of it right here. Like I said, at least save himself a little bit. And obviously strand those runners on first and second.
Long at bat here. Wagner fighting hard. The lefty hitter against the lefty pitcher. Fury looks back. Next pitch. That one, ground ball hard to the right, to the first baseman. Bavari's got it. Tags first. So Mainland leaves 2 on. Fury gets out of that jam. No runs given up. Score remains 5-1 for the Hermits. Try to add on again in the bottom of the 3rd. Welcome back to Richland. If you're just joining us, I'm Jimmy Bachman alongside Mr. Tom Bermel. Home opener here for Hermits baseball. 5-1 lead for the Hermits against the Mustangs of Mainland, looking to get their first win of the season after losing to the same Mainland team yesterday. It'll be Manny Aponte to lead off this inning. Reached on an error his last time. First pitch from LaPointe, in for strike 1.
Yeah, I really like the way this setup is now for the Cal with the way they play the league games. They basically play a team Monday, play a team Tuesday. You're supposed to leave Wednesday open in case either of those days rain out. I think it does a couple things where it's always tough rescheduling. Like if you were just scattered throughout, like you might have a big game against Eustis. Like say today rained out, Mainland had a big game against Ocean City tomorrow, and we had Eustis Thursday, and you don't want to make other teams cancel some of their big rival games. As they could be, it's like a little low, as they could be, all over the place, and then you got to reschedule those. It creates chaos. So this kind of settles it. Like, hey, these are when you play your conference games, and I like how it makes you be a little deeper in pitching. You know what I mean? You're not gonna see.
Ooh, called strike 3.
What was the name of the starter yesterday for Mainland? The Miami commit.
Let me check.
Catcher Gabe Gillespie.
As Aponte goes down looking. It was Cook. Wait, no, it was Logic.
Yeah, Logic. So you don't face him twice. You know what I mean? You can, like, say there'll be a given year where Mainland or Ocean City or someone else might be able to beat the Hermits, twice because they have their number one ace go against us both times, which isn't always baseball. You know what I mean? You think of the
fly ball by Gillespie, center fielder gets under it. Ooh, makes that one scary.
Almost drops it.
Makes the grab, though, so 2 outs for the Hermits.
But I was saying, like it'd be like the Phillies throwing Aaron Nola or Zach Wheeler both times they face somebody. It shows you got to have a little bit of depth to win these conference games. So I kind of like that. You know what I mean? Like I think Ocean City a few years ago, we faced Mooney twice, and Ocean City was a good team, but Mooney was a phenomenal pitcher. You play them back to back, Ocean City might not take both. You might split those.
Yeah. Ball 1 to Vinny Sangataldo. It definitely does test the team's depth. You can't just have one ace that goes out there and beats you up every time. You have to really try out those other pitchers. The next pitch from LaPointe, just inside ball 2. The Hermits, it's the one thing they've always done a good job is that they do have depth at pitcher. Of course, you're going to see guys like Lavari and Fury go the most, but guys like Kauser and Pogorski and Burnley going to get plenty of time on the mound as well as Sangataldo fouls that one off out of play. Of course, you lose Gaines and you lose DeJong, two of the top pitchers from last year, but able to replace pretty well. And this team does a good job at reloading.
Yeah, I mean, they've been forever. You know, they've had Weingartner throw innings. You have go back to Peacock and Halburner and Billings and Meyer. Like they have a ton of they've had a ton of pitching over there, which has been their strength. The last couple of years, they've been able to string together a lot of hits, and that's when they finished the year 30-2. When you can combine hitting with some of their strong pitching.
So strike 3 called. Sangatoto goes down looking. Mainland gets a quick inning there. 1-2-3 for them. Looking to make a comeback in the top of the 4th. Top of the 4th now here in Richland. Cohen Cook going to lead it off for Mainland. They got a quick 1-2-3 inning there by LaPointe. So looking to make some damage on that 5-1 lead by the Hermits. Cook struck out his first time. Swing and a miss there on the first pitch.
So they'll go 5, 6, 7. Like I said, it seemed like Fury was kind of cruising along there. Then a couple errors, and then a long at bat with a lot of foul balls kind of made that inning more laborsome. He pops
up shallow outfield. Capuccio, the second baseman, gets under it, makes the catch. Quick out for the Hermits.
Yeah, so hopefully he can have a pretty effective inning, kind of negate those errors there. We're in top of the 4th. You'd love to see Fury go 5 or 6. Hermits haven't scored since the...
It's been a while. What's the pitch limit? I forget.
I will look it up in 1 second, but I think...
I believe it may have been 90.
No, so it was it's in the hundreds.
110 maybe. I think that might have been it. Ooh. They make the catch. What a grab there by Lloyd. On the ground, makes the dive.
A freshman making a name for himself there. He says not too often you see a freshman in the lineup. And Lloyd, like I said, versatile. He can play catcher. He can play right field. So it's not even just like, hey, we needed a catcher and Lloyd's the best one, so he's there.
He had his glove out there and just kind of scooped it in.
Yeah, kind of showing why he's one of the few freshmen to be able to start for the Hermits.
You're saying Coach Byland was looking at him at catcher and him at right field. I think after something like that, he might like him in right field.
Yeah, and Gabe's done a good job today defensively behind the plate. So, you have options, which is all you really can ask for.
That one hit into right center field. Will be a base hit for Haynes.
Yeah, just over the second baseman's head. Single, 2-out single will get him on the first.
So Levin up. Mainland looking for a little 2-out rally here, as we're at the halfway point in this game. Next pitch from Fury in the dirt, ball 1.
You're just saying, plenty of options behind the plate, but Gabe with a good block there, keeping the ball, not even in front of him, just kind of scooping it out of the dirt, keeping that runner right there at first.
1-0. Fouled off.
Speaking of, Gillespie, one of those two-sport athletes.
Yep.
Plays varsity basketball for the Hermits team as a sophomore, getting
So he's
time.
in shape after
Yeah.
that long season. Coach Rhoda keeps his guys conditioned, so it's certainly helped him out for baseball.
That just speaks to Gillespie as an athlete when you're at St. Augustine getting time as a sophomore on both the basketball and baseball teams. Not easy feats in those two programs.
That one low, ball 2. Yeah, definitely a very young team this year, even with a lot of your seniors a little more inexperienced than the years before, just because you had such a talented class the last 2 years. As Levin flies that one into shallow left field. Rachi's back pedaling and makes the grab. So quick inning for Fury and company. 1 hit, no runs.
No runs on 1 hit. No errors.
Hermits rolling so far in this one. We'll be right back after this. And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Bottom of the 4th, Hermits cruising. DJ Lloyd to lead off this one. Had that nice catch, diving catch in right field last inning. See what he can do with the bat now. First pitch swing, pop up. Shallow right field.
Oh,
See who's going to call for it. No one's going to call for it. And
Yeah.
there you go, another big fielding mistake for Mainland. Coach can't be happy about that one.
No, it looked like it was second baseman's all the way. I don't know if he heard something from the right fielder because obviously, if the right he's coming in, so if the right fielder wants it, it's his. But yeah, I mean, it's that last minute when that ball kept floating, the second baseman backed off and dropped in for. I guess you're really lucky if that's labeled a hit. Didn't hit anybody's glove,
Yeah,
but
I guess it is labeled a hit. Lloyd will take it.
was that?
Capuccio shows bunt. Pitch low. Lloyd goes. He gets down and diving. Looks like that ball might have hit him or hit off the base. It's going to bounce into left field.
Yeah, I think
Umpire calls time.
Hit him as he was sliding in. But Lloyd didn't have a hit yesterday, right?
I don't think so.
So I think that's his first varsity hit.
How about that?
Not the triple that Arachi's first
Yeah, but,
varsity hit was, but hey,
It's a hit.
Yeah, exactly.
1-0 to Capuccio. Runner in scoring position, no outs. Grounds that one down the line. It's fair. Third baseman's got it. That ball is high. First baseman able to get it, though, and tags first base.
Yeah,
Runner does advance, though.
Just got back down off the jump in time.
There was a couple high throws we had earlier on, so I thought that was going to be another one.
Yeah, just in time to get Capuccio. But, again, the benefit of putting the ball in play. So now you got to run on third with one out. Like the two guys who had to put the ball in play. Lloyd's hit, which was fortunate, and then Capuccio's ground out. All of a sudden, you're going to run on third with one out, and then if Arachi can just put the ball in play, it might be 6-1.
Arachi's been the guy with the hot bat so far today. A triple and a double for him. Chance to get an RBI. Off speed, high and inside for ball one.
So it looks like Mainland knows how important this, these insurance runs are. They don't want to let this game get a little even farther away from them.
In on the grass.
They're going to try and keep Lloyd right there at third.
Lloyd, a young guy, I assume he's got some speed on him. As that one's in the dirt, bounces off home plate. Lloyd will stay. Probably the right decision.
Yeah, especially because you never know if the catcher's going to see it right away. But the ball popped up.
It hit off on home plate and just bounced over him.
Popped up, not back. So, it was really only 5 feet or 6 feet away from the catcher. So you can't bet that the catcher's not going to see it right away. So it was a smart play to stay right at third.
2-0 to Arachi. One out. Runner at third in the pitch. Swing and a miss. Good pitch there from LaPointe. Two 2-1 count out to Arachi. One out. Hermits looking to add on to their lead. And the pitch. Low, ball 3.
It's a small sample size, but from what I've seen from Arachi in the first 2 games, seems like he's a patient hitter. Like I didn't see him walk a ton, but he's gotten himself in favorable counts.
It's the kind of guy you want as a leadoff.
Yeah, so he's going to get himself in 3-1. Now he's going to look to be aggressive here, but he usually gets himself into a favorable count.
And that one on the outside corner called strike 2, so it'll be a full count to Joey Arachi.
Yeah, it's a good pitch. I mean, I don't mind him taking it. You're ahead in the count. It's not yours because it was right on the outside, but it was a good pitch. It was a strike, but hey, that's the benefit of being up 3-1 is you can take one of those.
Full count. Arachi, chopper. Shortstop's got it. Runner will stay at third. Arachi's thrown out at first. And a good job by Mainland having the infielders in. Saves a run.
Yeah, I mean, if he's charging there, Lloyd can go home. He might still get Arachi at first on a good play, but the defensive play call by the Mainland coach definitely saved a run there. Now, hopefully Fury can make the point moot and score him here with a single.
Lloyd a solid lead over at third. And the pitch to Fury. Swings that one. That's into shallow center fielder as center field gets to it. So he makes the grab, saves a run. So Hermits get one guy onto third scoring position. Unable to bring him in, though. The lead stays at 5-1. Hermits trying to keep it going in the 5th. We'll be right back. Top of the 5th. If you're joining us lately, I'm Jimmy Bachman alongside Mr. Tom Bermel. Home opener here for Hermits baseball. Looking good so far, up 5-1 against the Mustangs of Mainland. Be Blum up for them, the 8-hole hitter. 9-hole hitter, excuse me. First pitch from Fury in for ball 1. His next pitch will be number 65 for him. So he's making good pace. Blum. Fly ball, Sangataldo charging from left field. That one's going to drop.
Yeah, Sangataldo couldn't quite get there in time. A little too far.
Yeah, Arachi was a little too far to get to it as well. So Blum spots that one in the perfect position. Gets himself a single. So top of the lineup, back up for Mainland, Christian Elliott. Blum being the catcher will get a courtesy runner over at first.
Yeah, I mean, the Fury's doing well with the pitch count, up to 65, so like he should be able to get through at least two more innings, as long as nothing, disaster happens. But also, it's earlier in the year, so they might not want to push him towards that max pitch count. You know what I mean? So it might be a little bit shorter of an outing as these guys start to get in mid-season form.
First pitch swinging by Elliott, foul tip. To be 0-1 now to him.
But yeah, the maximum is 110 pitches, which they'll let you finish the batter on that. Back to our conversation earlier.
Chopper down the third base line, goes foul, strike 2. No outs, 0-2 count now to Elliott. Runner on first. Fury looks over, he'll throw over. It's one benefit of having a lefty on the mound is you can't really take many big leads if you're Mainland just to do that pickoff move. Haven't really tested Gillespie's arm much so far today. Off speed there, swing and a miss. Elliott goes down swinging. Nice pitch from Fury. 1 out for the Hermits.
Shortstop Chase Kamak.
So Kamak comes back up for his third plate appearance. Doubled his first time, struck out his second time. Fury looks over to Blum at the courtesy runner at first. Ground ball hard over to Capuccio at second. Looks over to second. Going to go to first instead. And a good play there by Dave Capuccio, seeing the second base out, not available, so he's able to get one. Throws Kamak out at first, so runner advances to second, but 2 outs now for the Hermits.
Yeah, it's one of those where it was going to be super, super close to maybe get the lead runner.
And if you don't get that out, you're not getting the out at first either at that point, so I think you play it safe and just you guarantee you're 1 out.
2 men on, 1 out is not a great situation. You know what I mean? You're just trying to get out of this inning, so take the out at first.
Chopper down the line, foul.
Especially when, Fury's been pitching really well today. A couple of hits have been blooped in. A couple errors have made innings go a little longer than maybe he would have preferred. But he's been pitching well. Take the out.
Yeah,
let him go after the next hitter.
That was just pitch number 70. I mean, you were talking earlier. I mean, him completing the game. Right now, he's absolutely on pace to do that. Oh, 1, 2 outs. That one lined down left field. Sangataldo dives for it, unable to get it. That's going to get by. One runner is going to score. Myers gets a hold of it. Trying to get to second is Sheeran, and he will get there. So another RBI for him. That one on a double. And the score is now 5-2.
Yeah, I mean, game. Hope you can hope he makes that play. Sangataldo and left as he comes in diving for it.
Yeah, I mean, into his defense, the runner's probably scoring either way.
Yeah,
If he pulled up and just took it off the one hop, the runner's going to score regardless.
Yeah,
but
two outs, runner on second. He's running on contact. He's scoring no matter what. But yeah, like we were saying, Hermits got 2 more games this week. They go Thursday, Saturday. Thursday against Eustis, and then Saturday at Williamstown.
Yeah, there is one guy warming up for the Hermits over in that bullpen. It looks like it's Michael Burnley over there throwing.
Yeah, so it looks like they will try and go that way. Like I said, it was going to be interesting to see what they were going to go for. Do you bring in Cowser to close?
I think you'd rather preserve Cowser for Eustace.
Yeah, but it's always because it's like obviously you got to trust Burnley to do it because
he pitched last year, had a decent amount of innings.
But you want to make sure you win the game in front of you. You don't want to get too cute trying to line up your pitchers because all of a sudden you start 0-2. But yeah, if they trust Burnley, bring him in, let him shut it down. Hopefully you can throw Cowser against Eustace, or what I assume. Because then, ideally, LeVar would be ready again after 5 days rest for Williamstown.
1-1 to count, 2 outs, runner on second. Low and outside to Wagner. So 2-1 now to him, 2 outs. So he pitched number 75 for Fury in the top of the 5th. Mainland already have 1 run in this inning. That one lined, it's just foul, hooks over. Fortunate for the Hermits, that would have been another run right there.
Yeah, just hooking the left off the left-handed bat. But that'll even the count. I said Fury at 75, so if he can get out of this inning here, you look for at least 1 more inning out of him. But if he can go 6, keep this at 5-2, and bring in Burnley to close.
2-2, 2 outs. Wagner looking to add on, looking to help the Mainland comeback. That one flying into shallow center field. It's going to get by and into the gap of the deep center field. So it's going to be an RBI double for him. Mainland adds on another run.
Yeah, great hit. Drove it right into the gap between right and center field and got himself a stand-up double. So
good at bat there by Wagner. And
much as we were hoping that Fury could go another inning or so, if he keeps giving up hits, you might need to bring in Burnley sooner rather than later.
Yeah, it does look like there's going to be a mound visit for the Hermits. Burnley still warming up over there in the bullpen.
You wonder if it's just a visit by Coach Nate to calm him down. Maybe he's going to check and see where he's at. It could be a mound visit decision whether he was going to leave him in or not, but it looks like they will leave him in for now.
Swing and a miss there on the first pitch to Cook. So runner still on second. 2 outs. Pitch number 78 for Fury. Drops in for strike 2.
I don't know what Coach Nate said on the mound visit, but he came out with his first 2 pitches right where you want him.
Sometimes you need a minute just to cool down. Interested to see what the Hermits want to do next inning. You have the bottom of the order coming up for Mainland. Maybe try to keep Fury in for 1 more, sneak 1 more out of him. It's pass ball there. Wagner will advance to third. But if you give up 1 more run here, you're getting pretty nervous if you're the Hermits.
I have a feeling this will be it for Fury, but like you said, we'll see how they go.
Pitch number 80 for Fury, and the 1-2 fouled off.
It's the one thing I do miss. Now maybe he'll work his way into it as he gets older, but it was always nice having a Weingarten in the last 2 years who you got late in the games. They could just kind of slide in from that shortstop position, throw some gas and hopefully get you out of the game. And you were good enough defensively to just slide Ryan Taylor over
And have Bryce
second.
Oliver take second, and Taylor over at short. Usually, what they would do. Maybe Capuccio sometimes as well.
Yeah, Chris, both Taylor and Weingartner having immediate success at UPenn and St. Joe's respectively.
Well, maybe I'll see Ryan next year. Swing and a miss there. Good pitch from Fury.
Yeah, nice job to hold on to that foul tip by Gillespie, too. So the Hermits will get out of that, giving up 2 runs as we head to the bottom of the 5th. They lead 5-3.
Jake Myers will lead it off for the Hermits in this inning. Mainland able to add on 2 runs last inning. Lead now only 2 for the Hermits, 5-3. Looking to extend that one again here.
Ooh.
As Myers will take one off his back for the first pitch of the inning.
I didn't seem happy about it, but that might be more painful than anything else. But to tell you what, getting on base, especially with Jake's speed, so I will take that. Especially you need some insurance runs. I mean, we have Prep hasn't scored since the 2nd inning. Even some of those 4 runs in the first were off of Mainland mistakes. So you want to add on, give yourself a little bit of a buffer room as you go to the pen. What I would assume go to the pen next inning.
Yeah, Burnley back in the dugout. So no one thrown over there now for the Hermits, I would assume.
Yeah, I mean, I can see it going either way.
LaPointe's still doing pretty good pitch-wise, only at 63, so Mainland, really, and after he's really settled down the last few innings, so Mainland probably not looking to take him out anytime soon unless anything changes this inning. Lavari's hit as well. He took that off the... It looked like he...
Back, middle of the back, yeah.
Middle back, high back. Yeah, it looks to be okay, though.
But yeah, that's... I mean, maybe he's getting wild. Maybe he's starting to labor a little bit.
And as they're going to go out and talk to him. A couple guys hit by pitches today. Fury hitting the back in the first inning, and then Myers and Lavari here.
And as you saw, Mainland got aggressive, and smartly so. Like, it saved them a run with their pulling their defense in with 1 out last inning.
Looks like that'll be it for LaPointe.
Yeah, I think they realize how important these are, and getting a little up there in pitch count, back-to-back hit batsmen. They're going to go to the pen.
Yeah. So pitching change here in Richland. We'll be right back.
second, Manny Aponte.
So pitching change here for Mainland. Manny Aponte up for the Hermits.
So they got the corners in. Middle infield. Ooh, Aponte squares the bunt, pulls back for a ball. So, yeah, I mean, I guess, like I said, not a ton of speed between Lavari and Aponte, but I wonder if they'll so that might be Coach Bylone's idea is you bunt them over, and you got runners in scoring position with one out, and, you know, no double play. The first baseman's way in over there.
Brandon Dearborn, number 11, into pitch for Mainland as that bunt's fouled off.
I think Dearborn threw an inning yesterday, too. Probably not a ton of pitches, which is why he's able to throw again today, as he was effective then. But yeah, Ponte squares the bunt, fouls it back. You got to get those down. So the first baseman's really far in. I mean, you look for Aponte to put this towards the third baseman to give Myers a chance to get there. You don't want first baseman trying to make a play.
1-1, no outs. Ponte shows bunt again, unable to get that one down, foul.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, you can, in these situations, Coach Cotty, you know, how did you square the bunt? You got to get those down. You wonder if it'll still be on for here. You know, how much does he want to try and get him? Does he trust him to get the bunt in play if he does foul that on the third
you got
strike?
Speed. Maybe you try to have them both run.
Let's see what they do here.
Dearborn looks back. Ponte's swinging, fouls it off. So count remains 1-2. Bottom of the fifth. Hermits with a 2-run lead, looking to extend it. Good chance here with 2 runners on base and no outs.
First baseman and third baseman drop back slightly from their original stances after they realize that Ponte's not bunting anymore.
And the pitch. Ponte off speed, low, popped up, foul territory. First baseman going after it, unable to get to it, so Ponte stays alive.
That's one of those things. I mean, where that ball was fouled off to, and whoever was making it was probably going to be doing the run. Even though they do catch that, I would have expected Myers to tag to third, just because if it's your second baseman or first baseman catching that, their momentum is taken away from the field. Yeah.
First baseman's not used to making that kind of throw.
Yeah, it would have to be an incredible throw to get Myers at third. Even the right fielder would have to make a pretty darn good throw to get Myers tagging up just in that position the ball was.
Count still at 1-2. No outs. Ponte, pitch off speed, high. Myers halfway down the line.
Yeah.
On that lead.
Yeah. I don't know, he's trying to take a bag, just make him think about it. But I'm actually surprised because the shortstop was with Myers. Maybe that's why I thought he could get that big of a lead. And the second baseman was delayed in covering second, but he did get there. So I was kind of curious if they would throw behind him there. But obviously he didn't want to risk it.
2-2 now to Aponte, no outs. Good at bat here for him. That one ripped down the line. Foul. Good swing there and good contact. Just got to move it over a little. Two. Ponte, that one deep into left center field. Center fielder's under it. Myers will tag up and he'll get to third. So good contact there from Ponte, even though center fielder gets under it. Advances the runner to third, so now runners on the corners for the Hermits with 1 out.
Yeah, unfortunately, Lavari not able to advance on the play, but I mean, he would have been gunned down at second. So, double plays in play, but the way the Mainland throw the ball around a little bit today, I wouldn't be too worried about it. Although, the Mainland coaches making their adjustments to their infield, I wonder if they're just going to leave them in to try and save the run. Like maybe they're not as confident in the double play, so maybe they just bring him in to try and hold the runner at third.
Looks like Hermit's trying to bring a little speed in. Pogorski's going to pinch run for Lavari.
Okay, yeah, now you might be able to steal a base.
He's likely stealing on the first pitch.
Yeah, make their catcher make a decision. Is he going to try and throw him out where Myers can try and go home, do one of those fake plays? But it looks like the infield is in. I wouldn't be surprised if they just concede this bag to Podgorski.
He's likely going here. Nope, stays. Gillespie outside, ball 1 to him.
But yeah, I mean, it just would be an awkward cover of the bag on a steal. Or maybe he waits till he's in the hitter's count where Gabe might put it in play. Because that way you got all the fielders. Yeah, fielders are moving around.
He's able to get the third on that, anything in the outfield. Ground ball down the line, foul. So 1-1 count to Gillespie. One out. And the pitch, off speed. Catcher will hold on to it. So Podgorski will get second base on the steal. So 2 runners in scoring position for the Hermits.
Yeah, I think Mainland was always conceding that there because their idea is like, hey, look, 2-run game, that run on third is pretty big. So they're worried about him, the infield, and basically just conceding the stolen base to Podgorski.
That one outside, so 3-1 hitters count now for Gillespie. Good chance, trying to drive in 2 runs with anything in the outfield. Gillespie hits that one hard and deep in the left field. Left fielder going back, makes the catch. Myers will tag up and he will score. So a sac fly for Gabe Gillespie. And the Hermits extend the lead to 3. It's good baseball right there, able to get the 1 run. You'll take it for the Hermits.
Yeah, needed a run in this inning. And the Hermits, I mean, really today has just been putting the ball in play, scoring runs in a multitude of ways. So it's, it's good to get at least one of those back that he gave up in the top of this inning.
And that brings back up Vinny Sangataldo. Podgorski at second. 2 outs. Dearborn looks back. Kicks and deals. Fouled off. Good job on the base paths today by the Hermits. Myers there tagging up a couple stolen bases. Dearborn chases Podgorski back to second base.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how the Hermits attack this season on the base paths. I mean, it's hard to have as much speed as you had last year. I mean, you definitely don't.
There's definitely less power this year compared to last year. You could probably play a little more small ball, but then again, a lot of your guys that had power last year also had speed. Ragsdale and Weingartner and Taylor.
Taylor
all had like 5-6 home runs in the year.
Yeah, all 3 of them were extremely fast, and so you could do a lot with it. You just put the ball in play and make things happen. But you're right; they all have power. And Taylor had the big grand slam against EHT to win it. But those kind of guys, you put the ball in play, like Ragsdale, he gets a single. It might be basically a triple after he's stealing. So I don't know if the Hermits quite have that speed, but
Sangataldo digs that one down. It was low, fouled off. So an 0-2 count for him. 2 outs. Podgorski was going on that pitch. Not too many of your typical power hitters last year for the Hermits team. Maybe Near-Eye would be the closest to something like that, but different team this year.
Yeah, Weingartner was all around. I mean, he had some power, but maybe not, the biggest home run. He probably had 5 or 6 still in the year. But, yeah, I mean, a different team. Yeah, like it's a younger team. Some of these guys who, like Arachi, who might not be hitting home runs this year, give them another year or two, just A, getting older, but B, maybe in the weight room.
That's what you had with Taylor. I mean, Taylor was just a contact guy his junior year. Then last year he had like 6 or 7 home runs as the leadoff. So you could definitely see Arachi turning into something like that.
In the meantime, you figure you look around. The seniors in the lineup today were Fury on the mound, Lavari at first, Aponte at third,
Puccio at second,
Puccio at second,
and left.
Oh yeah, I forgot Sangataldo was a senior.
Swing and a miss, strikes out. So that ends the inning. Hermits add on another run, though, extends their lead to 3.
One run without the benefit
They
of
move
doubt.
on to the 6th. Looking to close this one out.
1. Mitnick.
Mitnick to lead it off here for Mainland in the top of the 6th.
And so Fury does come back out at 82 pitches, so got plenty of pitches to work with to get done this inning.
I mean, that's what we were talking about in the break. I mean, you got 6, 7, 8 coming up for Mainland. You try to squeeze this inning out of him. He's at 82 pitches. Bring Burnley in for the 7th, I would assume.
Yeah, did give up 2 runs last inning, but a couple were like soft hits that kind of dropped in. So I guess they got confidence in him.
That one low for ball 1, so 1-1 count now to Mitnick. Make sure to tune in to a lot of our Hermits broadcasts coming up, as that one, Mitnick shoots that one into right center field. Gets himself a single, he'll stay there, as I was saying. Stay tuned on all of our Hermits social media pages as all of our spring sports kick in. Lacrosse, rugby, baseball, volleyball.
Try and bring those games to you, as many of those games as we possibly can. We're going to do one a day, but we'll try and pick the best game on that given day. So if it looks like Hermit's baseball team is going to blow out Bridgeton, then maybe we'll go with the lacrosse game versus Clearview or something like that. But it looks like the Hermits are going to make a pitching change.
So pitching change, good outing for Fury. 3 runs, give it up in 5 innings of work. Gives his team a great opportunity to close this one out. We'll be right after this. We'll be right back at the top of the 6th after this. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. A pitching change for the Hermits. Michael Burnley now on the mound, the senior, with a runner on first and no outs here in the top of the 6th.
Yeah, so it was a short leash for Fury coming out that inning, let up a single into the gap. So they bring in Burnley, and actually, interestingly enough,
That one in for a strike.
interestingly enough, like I said, the Hermits are playing to win this game. You don't want to start the season 0-2. So Calzer's actually down in the bullpen warming up. They probably would love for him to not go. You know, have Burnley have an effective outing here, get the 6-out save, but
Decent lead for the runner at first. Swinging a foul tip there, possibly. No, it was off the catcher's glove. I was going to say, Burnley has a good pickoff move. You got to watch out at first. I would know from firsthand experience. As the first baseman, not the guy getting picked off. Back in our 8th grade days, we're teammates.
Did you play baseball here?
I was planning on it until after 8th grade. I went to the summer camp here for baseball, and I'm like, yeah, these guys are a little better than me.
That's why I didn't know if you played your freshman year or anything like that.
I thought about it, but, you know. Fouled off. It's a little different than in 8th grade where you're hitting some pitcher that's only thrown a couple times, then going to the camp and you see the varsity guys working out and you see a guy throwing 90, so it's like, yeah. 1-2. That one fouled off out of play. So no, it's a 1-2 count now to Jack Haynes. Singled his last time. Runner on second. Mainland looking to make a push. Burnley looks back. Kicks and deals. Well, fastball just high, ball 2.
Yeah, hopefully Burnley can develop into a pretty effective pitcher for the Hermits this year out of the pen. He hadn't had a ton of innings the last few years, but that's, you had Gaines and Weingardner taking up a lot of those innings. He looked good for the most part when he was in, so you hope that he can give the Hermits another arm to really trust going out there. But
full count now, committed to Shepherd University. Got a nice fastball. Full count. No outs. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Good pitch by Burnley. Gets Haynes down swinging. 1 out in the inning.
And the strikeout's huge, too, after the pass ball. Advance the runner to second. Ball anywhere in play. The Hermits have that 3-run lead. They're taking the out at first. But the strikeout keeps the runner on second base with 1 out. So now you have that productive out. Say he grounds the ball to second. Yeah, the runner's on third, but it's 2 away. A sacrifice won't get him in. So the strikeout huge there for the Hermits.
So Levin now back up for the Mustangs. He takes the first one high for ball 1. CJ Fury's day ends in this inning. 5 innings of work, 3 runs given up.
I don't think all of them are earned.
Yeah, probably. Actually, there's probably 1 or 2 of them that aren't earned.
Yeah. Although he is responsible for the runner on second, though.
He is. 8 hits. Hermits definitely going to rely on their pitching a lot this year. That one in for strike 1. It's 11.
I think the Mainland dugout thought that might have been a little high, but Burnley will take it.
Yeah, absolutely. Hermits in their 2nd game of the year. Lost to Mainland yesterday, looking to respond today. 3-1 count now at 11.
You're going to want to get out of this inning without giving up any runs. You got the eight hitter up now, 9 hitter on deck. Got to be aggressive here. Don't want to give up any walks.
3-1. That one high, ball 4, so 11 walks. There'll be runners on first and second. Hertz are going to get out of this inning and move on, maybe add another run on and get out of the 7th as well to get their first win of the year. They have one more win than the Phillies this year. No comment on their performance lately.
Yeah, it's been rough. But Burnley better be aggressive here. Like I said, this is the 9 hitter. You know, if he beats you, tip your cap, but you can't walk him.
Strike 1. Yeah, I would say you'd be aggressive here. Oh, 1. 1 out. And the pitch from Burnley, high, ball 1. One out. Runners on first and second. Burnley's pitch, swing and a miss, fastball. One-two count. See if Burnley brings the fastball again. Is it success with it so far this at bat? Here it is. Yep, he does. Ground ball over to Arachi. Oh, takes a bad hop and he loses it. So nobody will get out on that play. All the runners are safe and the bases are loaded. It's just unfortunate.
Yeah, even there, if you don't turn 2, you got to try and get that runner at second, get that second out. And now you go to the top of the order.
Yeah, so Mainland with a great opportunity here to chop into this lead, down 3. Tying runner on at first now. So Christian Elliott back up. One out. Burnley trying to get out of a jam. Breaking ball, first pitch, drops in for strike 1.
Yeah, good curveball there by Burnley.
Yeah, looks a little. Third base coach for Mainland not happy about that one. Look, it was in the dirt, but a curveball, so it kind of dropped in over. If you're thinking over the plate, it might have been in the strike zone, I guess.
Yeah, I think that steep
just
drop
really dropped hard once across the plate. So 0-1. Burnley throws the curveball again. So 1-1 is the count.
So Lavari and Ponte just a step behind the grass at the corners. Hermits infield playing, middle infield playing back.
If you're the Hermits, you're trying to turn 2 here, ideally. Strike 2 called there on Elliott.
Yeah, but I mean, early in the year, the Hermits, I don't know, I guess haven't done it too much. After a couple of mistakes, you just got to make sure you get the one. Ideally,
Exactly.
get 2, but don't let great be the enemy of good.
You're playing it back. You're willing to give up that run at third to get an extra time, extra split second for the middle infielders to get control of the ball on a ground ball. As that one fly ball into the outfield. Myers is pretty deep. He's under it. Runner's going to tag at third. He makes the grab.
Ooh, go to second. He yelled.
So the runner will score. Runner from second also tags and goes to third. The runner at first will stay there. So runners on the corners at 2 outs. Mainland now only down 2.
And that's why those errors are so costly. You know, I mean, cost the Hermits a run right here, or gave Mainland a run right there. So now you got to hope to get out of this inning with that 2-run lead intact.
So big at bat here for Chase Kamak, the 2-hole hitter. He's a double on the day. That one fouled off out of play. Burnley looks back. Runners on the corners. See if Mainland tries to steal and take second. No. That one also hit hard. Opposite field, foul.
Heading the count. One thing is, and I mean, it gives you a little more leeway, but runner on third. Don't get too crazy with your pitch if you're Burnley. You don't want this going for a wild pitch
well, sure
behind.
Chris Byron would say be a wall, so I assume something breaking's coming. There's that curveball again, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, Burnley's got a pretty good fastball. I wouldn't mind, some high heat trying to get him to chase.
Fastball, it pops. It. Oh, 2. High fastball, ball 1.
All right, so we tried the high fastball. Let's see what he goes to here. Looks like he shaked off the first one from Gillespie.
1-2, 2 outs. Runners in the corners. That one fouled off out of play again. Good fight here from Chase Kamak. Big swing here could give his team, could tie the game up. Hermits with a 2-run lead. You're in the top of the 6th. 1-2 from Burnley. Here it is. Breaking ball, drops it, called strike 3. A beautiful curveball from Michael Burnley gets the Hermits out of a jam. Only 1 run giving up. Hermits keep their lead at 2. See if they can get any insurance in the bottom of the 6th. They'll be right back.
And we are back here, bottom of the 6th inning. Lloyd fouls the first one off. All right, so he flies out to left field for the first out of the inning.
Second baseman David Capuccio.
It'll bring up Capuccio. We're trying to add another run here, another insurance run as he leads 6-4. Capuccio grounds that one to short. Slow roller, takes his time, fires, and gets Capuccio out at first base. So 2 quick outs for the Hermits. We'll bring the top of the order back up.
Shortstop Joe Irachi.
So Irachi will take the first one down low for a ball. Takes the second one in for a strike. It counts 1-1. Irachi with two extra base hits on the day, a double and a triple. Use another one here. Try and give the Hermits a little breathing room. We'll see what the Hermits decide to do with their pitching when they come back out. Irachi grounds that one up the middle. Shortstop's on it, fires the first, and 3 quick outs. So we'll get that answer real fast. The Hermits head back out here for the top of the 7th. We'll be right back after this. So we are back here in the top of the 7th. Hermits do make a pitching change. Matt Kalser comes in for Michael Burnley. He did a pretty good job Hermits in the 6th, and Cowser start off with a strike. Like I said, Cowser, it can be used as a starter. It looks like they're using another pen. Make sure they get this win here. He fouls that one back. Gets ahead 0-2. I wonder if Cowser can make quick work, if he'll be able to go against Eustace, even if he doesn't finish the game, or even doesn't start the game. That one high and wide. Misses low. Count goes to 2-2. Out away again. It remains at 2-2. Grounded to third, but foul. One line to Arachi. Catches on the short hop, throws him out at first. Good job there by Arache to catch that ball on the short hop. Fire over to first for the first out of the inning.
First baseman Nick Wagner.
Gets him swinging for strike one. Ahead of that one, count goes to 0-2. Cows are coming in, throwing strikes. Hoping to make quick work of Mainland here in the 7th. Got one run to play with as the Hermits lead 6-4. And he gets some strike three, but the ball gets away from Gillespie. Gillespie fires down to first, but it hits the runner. So it's a strikeout for Cowser, but runner advances to first. Again, Cowser starting off this batter with another strike. Grounded foul, again ahead in the count, 0-2. And Jimmy Bachman had to head out a little early as an event for accepted students at UPenn tonight. I think he might be picking his classes, so congratulations to Jimmy. But it'll just be me for the last, hopefully, just this last half inning. And it hopefully doesn't go further than that as Cowser winds, delivers, and gets him swinging with the off-speed. Decided real late to swing at that. But another strikeout for Cowser. As the Hermits are just one out away, taking the second game of this series.
Second baseman Ethan Mitnick.
Good pitch. The inside, lower inside corner. Mainland's bench doesn't like that, but Hermits will take it. The 0-1 count. Kauser delivers. That one low in the dirt. Count goes to 1-1. Kauser at 15 pitches in the inning. Kauser delivers. That one low and inside. Count goes to 2-1. This one grounded to Manning and Ponte at third. He'll fire over to first, and that's the game. Hermits take this one 6-4.
No runs, no hits, no errors, leaving one.
6-4. Go to 1-1 on the year as the Hermits and Mainland split. Fiore will be the winning pitcher. Kauser gets the save. And that'll be it for us today. We will see you again on Thursday as the Hermits take on Bishop Eustis.